Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Um, Excited for the league tomorrow. It's soon and it's around the corner. I believe it will be a fantastic league start. Nothing like we had in the past, and with all the new content coming out, I really think this is going to be one of the best ones out there. This is just a quick guide, if you want to call it a guide, where I tell you what builds I would suggest you guys play. I don't make build guides. I'm not great at it, so I'm going to refer you to other guides. I'll put the link of the videos in of each of them in the description. But these are builds I would suggest for beginner players mostly, and the last two for a little bit more of an advanced player. Because even though it is league starter friendly, you need to understand minions and traps to a degree, and it's a very niche playstyle. So I wouldn't suggest it to everyone. But especially the first 2 volts to 3 volts, I would say is a very easy thing to get started and going with. So the first bit I would suggest you guys is Zizaran. It's a very good freeze frame I grab of Zizaran there. And this is Essence Drain Contagion. I've played this. It's probably the easiest and fastest league start that I had in the game. It always has its downfall when it comes to bossing. It's a cold dot skill. Its bossing damage is very low. But for mapping, clearing, it's probably one of the best builds I have played so far. The second one I would suggest is Gassy's cold dot build. It starts with Creeping Frost and goes into Vortex eventually, and it's also a very strong skill. The difference between this and the ED is clear is better, where this one's bossing is a bit better, and you're much more viable to do the bosses for the end game. It's not like substantially high damage, but both of them are pretty tanky and survivable in the end of the day. So I would suggest either one of those videos. The next one I want to suggest is Poison Concoction. So I've watched this guy's videos now for a couple of weeks now, and he really does know what he's doing. So I would suggest this build from the get-go because one, your weapon is a flask, so it's very easy to get the best in slot weapon for you. And if you roll certain mods on the health flask, you get more damage. So scaling your damage with this build is going to be very, very easy. The damage overlaps. You're very tanky. You're a pathfinder, so you always have your flask up and running. Your downfall is bossing. Bossing is going to be very difficult, but it's going to be cheap, fast mapping build, very tanky, and it's just going to feel good to play. I suggested this build to one of my friends as well, and they're also going to play it because it's a very easy way for them to get to the end game content, because that's what they struggle with, always to get to the end game content. Where previously they played build that was good, but if you don't know how to gear them, it's very difficult. Then the same guy, and this is the Cyclone Slayer build. I would suggest this build for a bit of an advanced player when it comes to Cyclone. Cyclone is costly. The beginning will be fine, but you're gonna hit yellow maps, red maps, and you're gonna fall off hard with Cyclone. But as soon as you get the gear for Cyclone, you're gonna scale it very, very well. Defenses is fine, mapping is nice and fast, cost is a bit high, bossing is also going to be fine. So out of all of the few ones I gave you now, I would suggest ED Contagion or Poison Concoction out of all of them above the other ones. But Cyclone will take you a bit further. I would say play Cyclone if you know a bit more of the game. Then the build that most people are probably going to play. Also again, Gassy's build is his Skilly Mages. This is easy to gear in the beginning. It does fall off hard if you don't get the gear that you need. To understand how to scale minion build is very easy if you get into it, and scaling minion damage is also very easy as soon as you grasp how it works. The minion helmet that you need for this build, it's not the hardest thing in the world to craft, but it's necessary to get to the end game. But when you get this build up and running, you will easily clear all content. The downside of this build though is it is squishy. Gassy likes glass cannon builds, so it's very squishy. You get a tankier version of it, sure, but you're going to lose a lot of DPS for it. Then my league starter. I'm going to play traps. I'm gonna do what Path of Math is suggesting here. Um, Path of Math is a very, very interesting streamer for me. He looks at the game in a completely different way, even though I don't agree sometimes with the way he looks at certain things. But he's extremely, extremely intelligent when it comes to making money, getting the right build to start with. I saw his General Cry build last league, and it was phenomenal. My focus is going to be bossing. I'm going to do all the bossing content that I can. I'm going to rush to the bosses and just farm boss after boss after boss. So if that's Vol Temple, Cyrus, or the new bosses, Maven, Ziri, whatever the case may be, I'm just going to farm bosses. So I'm going to scale into all the boss nodes in a new tree as well. And I'm going to do the new tree video after this video, but I will release that tomorrow morning and look at a couple of things I'm going to do on that. But I hope you're all going to enjoy it. If you guys need any help with your builds when you start, please feel free to pop in on my Twitch and come ask me about it. I would gladly look at the POB that you're looking at or find a POB for the build you want to play and help and assist you with it. And then on top of that, we do have load shedding for my non-South African streamers that don't know what load shedding is. That's basically our energy provider not paying their bills, and now we have to suffer. In short, come to my stream, I'll explain to you a bit about it, but basically our power is cut off for 2 hours a day. If it goes to a second stage, then it's going to be cut off for 4 hours a day. And yeah, that's unfortunately a thing we struggle with here in South Africa, but what can you do? So if I'm not live when the league starts, that's why. I know there's going to be load shedding 4 hours into the league start, so then I'll just call it a night, go to bed, get up more early, and continue streaming if that's the case. I'll see you guys on my stream. There's load shedding tonight, so you won't find me live tonight, but you'll find me live tomorrow early because I want to be one of the first in the queue, and we can have a nice, good chat there. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.